Alright, hello, welcome to the first ever Fade Animation Talks. I've done like a few of these as like a kid, like back when I was like 13, so I thought it'd be cool to bring them back, because like, you know, it allows me to show you guys what I'm working on and shit. So, yeah, so for context, this is just like a short animation I wanted to make as like a little test, just to like improve some skills or whatever. Yeah, as you can tell from the title up there, I was bored in class, so yeah. This is a commission over here. I was like working on commissions before this, so I also have to stress that as well, because I can be really bad at communicating to people, so I want to make sure people know that I'm like working on their shit as well, so but yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to do talking while animating. I have like videos I play in the background. Y'all probably won't be able to hear it because I turned off my music, which is like this layer over here, which is like my audio for this, as you can see. So yeah, but I'll probably make conversation. I probably won't play this. If I do, I'm like uber locked in at that point, but but yeah, so we'll just see where it goes. I also have like a ton of like videos here just for like inspiration or whatever, so just in case if I want to like get some ideas, I just watch like videos. I'm trying to be as like open as possible, you know, because I don't really tell y'all like stuff, you know, so I guess like that's like fair. So yeah, anyway, so I guess like the first topic, Dragon Ball AF. Now Dragon Ball AF is something I wanted to like animate for like a minute, but that's like a whole huge project because like the problem with Dragon Ball AF is that like not necessarily that's like a problem, but like rather the whole like thing would be I would have to make like a bunch of new sprites because some characters don't really have sprites. Now Dragon Ball has a ton, but depending on like the style I want to go for, like then it's like a problem because like JUS, like the main style you, so like basically like how Turles looks right there, that's how like JUS looks. And some characters have sprites like Goku AF, Vegeta, Super Saiyan 5. Majority of them I think have like JUS sprites, but some don't, like Goten and Trunks and shit like that. And some characters don't have specific ones as well, like Goten doesn't have the same and fit. So I'd have to like go back. The point is that yeah, there's a ton of AS, but those are the ones that are like the most popular. I was looking at those. I might look at the like lower AFs just to see. A lot of them though aren't the greatest. Some of them villains look a little niche. I want to make a video on it. I want to make a video on like ranking, not even ranking, like just like looking through like AF like sites and like seeing like ideas. Yeah, just I guess like ideas on what they were thinking for like the next Dragon Ball. It's really funny to see like how Dragon Ball fans like look at the series and like how it's like completely different from like from Toriyama's like initial vision. Like it's so crazy to me. Like they're like looking at like Dragon Ball fan stuff in comparison to the original series. A lot of people don't really get Dragon Ball, which is surprising because Dragon Ball is a pretty simple franchise. But I mean, yeah, that's a lot harsh though. that sounds really mean, actually. Never mind. I'll take this run. All right, then I'll do this. Sprite animation is definitely a bit easier than 2D animation, but I think it's like nearly just as tedious. So like, cause like, you know, you have to do so much on top of that. You're like very locked into like the sprites that you're using, so it can be a little annoying. So you have to like really get around it. That's why I always like kind of default to like sprite animation can be as hard as it, just because like there are a lot of limitations that sprite has that 2D doesn't. But at the same time, I think you can make like a 2D like sprite animation a lot faster than like a 2D animation, depending on like how skilled you are, of course. So. But anyway, my bad. I also like changed the conversation like a lot, so if you get confused as to why I switched up topics like randomly, just that's why. This one won't be too long. I'm gonna go to sleep in like a minute. Not a minute, like at like 2:30. So you can keep watches that timer down there. I'm probably gonna cut up the video though, because I do tend to yap and like not go anywhere a lot. So, back to AF. Yeah, I don't know. It would be a really fun idea to look down the AF trail, because there are a lot, and I mean a lot of AF stuff. Because like, to be fair, this is like back in the day, back when like GT had just ended, and like we basically were at the point of like no more Dragon Ball. So of course, like we had to take into our own hands. People started making like fake like posters and shit. I'm saying we, as if I wasn't like born in the hiatus. Like I was born in the Dragon Ball hiatus, so I never really got the whole seeing new episodes thing. I like watched the series on like Nicktoons at times or something, but overall I was like very much so like not really born into like the whole like thing, you know. I was like there for the new Dragon Ball games, of course. I remember specifically begging my mom to get me an Xbox so I could play Battle Z, and I never got it. And you know, as a kid I was mad, but thank God, not because I didn't get the Xbox, because I didn't get Battle Z. Oh man, this H mode Goku was tough as fuck though. I hope they do stuff like that again. Unfortunately, I don't really think they will do stuff like that again, but if they somehow could, it would be so cool. Like imagine like a Luffy outfit Goku or something, and like for his like special attack, he like stretches out Ki Blast or some bullshit. That'd be so sick. Yeah. So now that I have all the sprites here, now I'm trying to like align them to make sure they're not like out of place. So I basically align them based on like the foot placement. I will make another tutorial soon. I know like a couple people have asked me for it, and I really gotta get to it. I don't know, I just haven't really gotten to this point, because like, to be fair, it's so easy to like just like record myself animating, but I can never really bring myself to do it, you know. It's strange. It just feels weird, you know. Especially since I like watch videos while I'm animating too. So without my videos, I can be really distracted. So, but yeah. But back to AF, I guess, because I guess like AF is just on my mind. With AF, it was like something to rely on when Dragon Ball was gone, and I love AF for that. I always thought AF was really cool. There was like this one AF episode that was like an hour long, and like I always thought, you know, in fact, I'm gonna show you guys. We're going on a little field trip. I don't want to do this too much because I don't want to get too distracted, but at the same time, it's just too good not to show. Let me see, sprite animation. Is it here still? Yes. Oh man. Oh, he got removed to the copy. Oh, thank God. Yeah, no. Okay, so I assume AF episode 1 got copyrighted. Does he still upload? Nah, that's a little depressing. I just realized, wait, y'all probably are so confused by my YouTube. Like this is like modern YouTube, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see. Yeah, no, episode 1 is up. Okay. Oh wait. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so this is copyrighted. Okay, good to know. Check out Mr. Cueball's 80s channel. This video is uploaded from an Android phone. This is a compilation of the sprite videos of Mr. Cueball 80. And I immediately compiled and edited them. Each part ends to see coolest non-stop as possible. Oh, man. I never read that, huh? As a kid, I always just thought, man, that's a long-ass fucking episode 1. Turns out the entire time, it was a whole compilation. But yeah, no, this shit was like so cool as a kid. I never got through it, because, duh, it was a fucking hour long. Oh. How the fuck did I not know this? Yeah, how the fuck did I not know this? I guess I probably just skipped around. Yeah, man, see? This was back in the day. Y'all niggas don't understand. So he used, oh, okay, so, let me see, my bad, I'm like, going, okay, so that's definitely Zycor over there, right? I don't know why they always keep Zycor Saiyan pods. I don't know how the fuck he would have that. I mean, okay, in the story, Zycor's mom is Frieza's mom. I know that sounds really weird, but so I guess like she would still have access to like the stuff on board, huh? I guess so. Okay, so then Goten ditches on Trunks for a date. This feels a little weird. Okay, I don't even know why we're examining this episode. We might make like Dragon Ball AF like a new video. Like if y'all want to see that, I would love to. He uses future Trunks' pen. That's my thing, right? The problem with Trunks in Goten in Dragon Ball fan content is that it's really hard. Like, I feel like a lot of people tend to, like, blame Dragon Ball fans a bit too much for making Goten and Trunks Mini Goku Vegeta. And while I definitely agree you should make Vegeta, Goten and Trunks Mini Goku Vegeta, there's not a lot really going for them, you know, like, in the original series. Like, that's why in GT, even though I very much dislike Trunks, and I don't really think it, like, much fits Trunks after, like, the first episode or something. At the same time, there's like barely anything for them as characters. Like, what did Goten have as like a standout moment in the Majin Buu saga? He was just kind of like a little kid, you know? There's not much you could really go off of there. You know, he was just like a little goofy kid, you know? So, a lot of people said that Goten, like being a ladies' man, is like out of character. And while I definitely understand... Oh, it's like ash. Alright, let me fix this. And while I definitely understand, at the same time, man, he was like a kid. Like for like a majority of the series, like maybe he just like changes changed as like a person, you know? He was like at like that impressionable age where like, you know, you probably would change as a person. So I get it. But yeah, so I don't know. It is like a little hard to like think of like ideas for my bad. I'm zoning out. It will be hard to think of ideas for like their character progression because again they didn't really have much in Z to begin with. So I get it, but I don't really like when they make Goten Trunks Goku Mini Goku Vegeta, or they just make Trunks Future Trunks. That's like a little bit of an underrated problem. I mean, at the same time though, I guess it makes sense. But no, because like duh, Trunks is Future Trunks. But they go through like very different scenarios. Like Future Trunks is really polite, and Trunks in Z is like really like very spoiled and shit, you know? So, cause like Future Trunks probably had Gohan as like a mentor, so he was like a lot more well-mannered, along with Bulma, who probably was like very radicalized from the war. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but but like my bad. I'm a little tired. I got 4 minutes left. I'll probably like continue it maybe tomorrow and instead, because I've only been recording for like 15 minutes. So I'll probably make like the entire video 30 minutes. I'll record for 30 minutes and make the whole video like 15 maybe. I don't know. I'll think. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, but again, like Trunks and Future Trunks, while obviously of course the same, are still separate people. They've gone through like different experiences. So making Trunks eventually just become Future Trunks just seems a little, you know. That's why I like how Super is taking it right now. Trunks doesn't seem all too like Future Trunks. He seems like a cool kid that's like not too like polite like Future Trunks, but he's not like a dickhead like he was as a kid because he grew up. Duh. So it's a nice mix. Goten is like a brainless kid. I love him. I love like Goten, man. But he's a little smarter than like, you know, Goku, than Goku, of course, because he has like Gohan and the Chi-Chi like teach him shit. So, yeah. I guess like you can just like imagine it as just like maybe like a Goku that had like better knowledge, Because Goten isn't like really like super. I guess he's like smart, but he's not like super smart like Gohan, like a prodigy. But he's not dumb like his dad. So you know, you gotta find a good balance. I think the problem is people don't really know how to find a good balance between the two, and I don't blame them. It's severely difficult, and for the most part, we haven't had any Goten and Trunks stuff, you know, aside from the arc now. And in GT, you could argue that maybe it doesn't fit them, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? We don't really have anything else for Goten and Trunks, so like, you know. Sorry, I forgot you could do this. You can make like a little 3D thing, just like, oh. Let me see. But yeah, no, so overall, like, I just don't want to make Goten Trunks mini Goku Vegeta. I definitely don't think making Goten not like fighting is like, okay, I kind of want Goten to like fighting, but like at the same time he can like balance it with like a social life. I think that's fair. I mean, I don't know, this, I mean, every time do we see Goten like really fuck with fighting like that? I guess that's fair as well. Cause like throughout the French, they don't hate fighting like Gohan, but they don't seem to be like really huge fans of it either, you know. So maybe not. But I guess I'll think about it. I know C30, but I'm gonna chill for just a bit because I wanna like get the next scene in, or like the next like segue in or whatever. Yeah, it looks so much better. Yeah, this one looks a little weird. This one looks a little weird, but this one looks pretty okay. So let me fix this real quick. But yeah, Dragon Ball AF in general is really cool. Cause like, the thing is, like, my rules of Dragon Ball AF are pretty simple. Just like, you can't really go past Dragon Ball like GT. And I think stopping at Dragon Ball GT and like figuring out where to go is a cool idea. Personally, I guess like it also just depends on what you want to do. Cause like Young Gigi did bring back like Frieza Race of Eyes, Psycore in the Toyables AF. In if you want to count New Age, well, New Age is literally just AF, just with the new name. Which is me. I forgot the writer's name. Maybe if I do this. Bump it back. There's also Rygor, which is Vegeta's half brother. I know. But I mean, I don't know. What would be the best option moving forward for Dragon Ball GT once it ends? I know some smart Alex gonna be like, "Oh, the ending." I'm gonna find where you live. Like, that's also hard. Originally from my AF, I was literally just going to use Zycor. I'm not gonna lie. I think Zycor could be like a really interesting character because it's very clear he was manipulated into who he wanted to be. I think there's a decent bit of writing in there, you know. But you also have to think about like the about Dragon Ball Z and like Dragon Ball Dragon Ball GT, and thinking about what they were doing. Because like once Dragon Ball Z came in, Dragon Ball Z had a representation for everything. The Saiyan Saga was Goku tackling his roots. The Namek Saga was the recovery period. Cell Saga was like the torch being passed. And then the Majin Buu Saga was that as well. But then it eventually ended up going back to Goku. The series was supposed to end after Cell. which is really funny because that rumor finally got proven to be true. So that's really funny. So I guess like it would have been like a really good ending. I like the Majin Buu saga. It's still like my favorite arc, despite it being the worst for sure. But let me see. But I think it's still a really cool arc personally. But I understand that Majin, that the passing of the torch would have made a lot more sense in the Cell Saga. And then with Dragon Ball GT, GT had them collecting the Dragon Balls again, which sucked or whatever. Then Baby came back and was like the redemption for the Saiyans, kind of, quote unquote. Super 17 didn't really have anything. I'm trying to think. It was something. I guess like maybe arguing like it's not really like sins of anything. It's just kind of like, I guess like the Reverend Army, but that's kind of a cop out. But I had a really good scene with 18 and 17 though, so I fuck with the 17 arc a little bit. And I guess everybody from Hell came back, but it was so short-lived. It was not short-lived. It was so like underdone because they brought back everybody from Hell, and you had no good interactions or anything with it. That's what annoyed me, because like at least in Future Reborn, Gohan talked to Frieza or something. Excuse me, and got the one-shot him. In Future, in like GT, all that happened was people were flying around, and then like people were able to like kill some people, and then like most of the people from Hell acted like mindless zombies, and then Vegeta like one-shot Nappa. So, I mean, wow, wowzers. Excuse me. Yeah, so I don't know. In GT, I feel like there's a lot of things I don't like in GT, but that's a story for another day. And then in the Shadow Dragons arc, it was a representation of all their wishes, which I think is a really good way to end the franchise. It was so good that Young Gigi used it in AF. I'm not gonna hold you. I probably did like the AF version of the Shadow Dragons more than like a majority of the Shadow Dragons. That's pretty funny. But I definitely think it was a little bit of a cop out making. Oh, if you want to bring, I mean, I guess that also makes sense though. Like, okay, so in GT, in Young Gigi's version, Goku is like being like the Cataclysm, like he's holding in all the negative energy for the Shadow Dragons, and in order for Pan to be brought back to life, yes, I know they did the whole Pan thing where Pan dies and Gohan transforms, but I will give them credit. It didn't feel like malice like a lot of the other franchises that do it. A lot of the other fan stuff that does it. Plus, it just didn't feel like shitty like the other ones. It felt okay. It didn't feel too bad, you know. But in order to bring back the Dragon Balls so they could summon on them, they have to fight the new negative Dragon Balls. So that's a fight that to bring up negativity that has been brewing, and then they have to do all that. So, and so it's interesting. And then on top of that, they also have a reason why I don't use the Namek Dragon Balls, which I think is a pretty cool reasoning. Which is like, oh yeah, if you use the Namek Dragon Balls, the Namek ones are stronger, so oh my god, so the balls on Planet Namek will be even stronger. And honestly, I feel like a very easy solution. No, because after that, the thing is like they wanted to bring back Goku, so I guess it makes sense to have them tackle the negative energy in the Earth Dragon Balls. But at the same time, I don't really think using the other Dragon Balls would have been such a bad idea. You know, it just feels a little funny. But I get it. I mean, it's been like multiple decades since the Dragon Balls came out. So I guess like if the Earth ones are going to explode, the dynamic ones are definitely going to explode. That just begs the question. Like, what if, like, when the Namekians see the Dragon Balls, and then, like, there's, like, the fucking smoke Shenron for that one, and then all the Shadow Dragons come on and they call on Earth for help, and it's like, ooh, I don't know if we can do that, man. I'm sorry, that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, no, so I think it's a decent idea to get Goku free and back into the story. I think it's a decent way to bring him back. I think it makes sense and everything. So, yeah. I don't even know what my original point was. I'm not gonna lie at this point. I'm a little tired. Plus, again, like, I'd be switching conversations like all the time. So, what else? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Actually, I'll just look at that too. So, where it makes sense for him to go from the bottom to the top. There you go. Makes it look a little better. Trust me, guys. The process is tedious. Like, if y'all want more good animations, you know, you're gonna have to wait. That sounds fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It sounds so pretentious. You know what I mean? Like, you know, animation just takes time. So, in order to make things look good, I appreciate your patience. That's a lot better. But yeah, no. AF is cool. I probably prefer Young Gigi's. Not because, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's the only one that's done. No, I just think I prefer it because I like the beginning better. The Toy Boats is pretty good. I like the building, like, and using different characters. That's something I respect about fan work sometimes. Like, sometimes they just use, like, fan characters, like, not fan characters, like, actual official characters that don't really have anything. So, like, for example, like, the main villain is, like, the Supreme Kai from, like, that got killed by Boo, but turns out she survived or whatever, and I think it's a cool way. And plus, I think also her, like, background also kind of makes sense, because, like, I think anyone would go insane if they were left in space for eons while their, like, basically brother was, like, chilling on the planet doing nothing except playing with his balls, I guess. So, I mean, I'd be pissed off too. But my point is that I think it's really cool that they were using, like, other characters to their advantage. You know, the characters didn't even have any lore. But at the same time, I will say that making her not only Frieza's mom, but Zykor's mom, and, like, having Zykor be the son of Goku is really funny to me. It eventually comes back together in a way that doesn't make it feel too shitty. Like, cause, like, she just stole his DNA. Yeah, so, I think that's cool. A few people made, like, a continuation to Toyables 1. There was Unrelenting Gaming, but we're not watching the Slack channel. And then there's another guy who made another AF with 2 other people. It was PGV, and that was the same guy who made Vegeta kill himself for some reason. Cause, like, I guess in that universe, Bulma doesn't like Vegeta as much. Bra thinks Vegeta sucks, cause I guess Bra was forced into training. So that's, I guess, a little funny. Man, I wonder, does Vegeta like baby? He definitely does. He definitely does. But I can't wait to see it in Super. Like, you know, him like babying like Bra or something, you know? I think it's gonna be really funny. Because unfortunately we didn't get to see it in Superhero or whatever. Or like in the like little manga continuation, so I hope that we get to see it soon, because I like Vegeta babying Pan is like, not Pan, Bra is like one of my favorite moments in the franchise. But yeah, no, so I'm probably gonna hit the hay now. We got some decent work done. Hopefully tomorrow I can make this just a teeny bit longer, and we'll go off. Actually, it is 30 minutes, so maybe I will just like call it here. And then I'll make like a part 2 or something if the views slow. So, all right, but yeah, that's it. Bye.